All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming to this class. So basically, we are going to be doing today. Let me share my screen. We are going to be doing today. Basically, we are going to be reviewing some designs, and I will use it to point out some errors. Because I think the last time we talked generally and we, designed together. This time I'm using your design. So I've selected some designs for several purposes, and which I'm going to mention. Sharing my screen now. So basically, we are going to redesign some thing here, some what do you call it? Some of the stuff you can see here. I think we're going to redesign just one, but I'm going to use I'm going to point out certain things using the several designs that have been submitted. So I think the first thing I want to talk about is that you see quite a number of people were promoted, right? And I don't want you guys to get the idea that you're promoted because your work was so superb. Because the truth is not everybody's work was superb, even though they got promoted. All right. There's something that this person mentioned not quite long, Ike. He said that one of the tasks is also following instructions, which is very true. Quite a number of people were able to get promoted, not because the design was superb. It was because they follow certain instructions that helped boost their mark. And why some people are not promoted right now? Not because the design, in fact, some people's design is even better than some people's design that have been promoted right now. But because they did not follow certain instructions, they've not been promoted. For instance, we told you guys that I should use at least 3 of these things: variants, what they call it, components, style guides, and your what's the other one? Auto layout. So we told you that she used at least 3 of these things, and I even found some people that used all the 4, so they even had extra 5 marks because I was like mad though, like this person really understood what they were taught. Now I mentioned something that yes, maybe in the real life, I mean in the true world, blah, 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 blah. When you are submitting to your client is not thinking about, oh, this person uses variant or not. Yes, but for this task, we specifically mentioned it that you guys should ensure that you use at least 3 of these things. It's like it was there, must. And the reason why we emphasize so that you know that there are marks for these things. So yes, let's say your UI now has a mark. No matter the mark you score in your UI, if score everything in your UI, this cannot promote you for this particular task I will give you guys, because those things are very important. We placed marks for those things. They were compulsory things. But quite a number of people didn't even bother. Maybe they felt like, since I have a good UI, that is it. Some people didn't even have good UI at all. So it was like, how will I put this now? There are a category of people that had good UI, but they did not implement any of those things at all. So even if you have good score for that, you cannot move forward to the next stage because that was not the criteria for that next stage, right? Always follow instructions. Most of the people that I'm going back to mark now, it's like giving us double work, to be honest. We stated something there, people are not following it. Maybe you feel that if you design it perfectly, then they will give you score. No, we stated it there that yes, do UI, but also these 3 things must be there. So why didn't you do it? Another thing again I want to point out is some people just feel that so far I show that there's a variant here, or there's a component here, or there's a style guide, that is enough. No, I saw some people that they created a style guide that wasn't a style guide. Okay, for instance, let's say you create a box here. You placed all the 4 colors you want to use, but you never actually created the style guide. All you did was place boxes with colors. So I don't know how you used the style guide that wasn't the style guide inside your work. That was not what we asked you to do. What we asked you to do is create a style guide, yeah? That style guide we have to be using. It's not for decoration. Some people didn't even create a style guide. He just did maybe 4 boxes, named it and called it style guide. If there was a style guide, you're going to see all of this here. Can you see? This is what you're going to see by the left. But if you don't create style guide, none of this is going to show. Why some people say they created style guide that they never use? So in my head, I'm like, how did you create a color here and a color here? You're not using your design. What is the point? So when we said that, oh, these things must be there, it's not just for mark. I mentioned it last time. That is not just about mark. That is beyond that. Act like yes, you're trying to solve a problem, or act like that you're a UI UX designer. Immerse yourself in what you do, right? like they say this is a perfect example of someone that followed my instructions. I said you guys should use variants, use auto layouts, use components. Just look at this. This is a very, very good use of auto layouts. It's not that you just carry one text and just do auto layout and say, yes, I have done auto layout, should give me a mark. No, that is not it. This is a very good use of auto layout. This is a well auto-laid, these are well auto-laid elements. Or when you want to do components, you create a component somewhere, they are not using in the design. I'm like, okay, why did you not create the component? You're supposed to use it appropriately. Yes, you've created a component. Okay, what's the use of this component in this design? Place it there. I can't find it. So another thing that actually hurts me is the fact that we did a review the first day. I expected that. I mean, it's your board. The truth is, it is your board. It's a Figma board. You can make changes here, and nobody will even know. We did review. It's supposed to make changes. Having seen the review that we did on Tuesday, you should follow through and say, okay, I might have made mistake. That's the whole point of this review. The whole point of this review is for you to see your mistakes. I shouldn't have to be calling names that, you did not do this, you did not do that. It does not make any sense. I mean, I mentioned something. I said, if the shoe fits, wear it. So when you realize that, okay, I found a category of people that used funny colors, or people that their stuff is not well aligned, or people that did not use. I even mentioned that some people were placing their colors on the page just to signify that they did what they call it, style guide. I mentioned it. I mentioned your component. What I'm saying right now, I mentioned it the last time. So this time I'm just repeating myself. Like, what's not the point of doing review when we're not even like implementing what we learned? There's no point then. Like, this is actually like the last review on this particular task. And if I have left any comment on your work, except that I've not left comments on, I will leave your comments today. If I've left any comment on your work, please, as I'm doing the review like this, just be picking it and go and do your own. Because I don't want the one that when I go back to mark is the same thing. If it's the same thing, to be honest, the person will not get promoted. Also, another issue I want to mention, people submitting twice. Why are you submitting twice? Like I said, it is a Figma board. It's like a Google Doc. When you correct it, is where it will be. You don't have to resubmit. It doesn't change anything. Just correct your stuff here and mention me. If you cannot mention me, send me a message on Slack that you made corrections. People now resubmit, it's not slowing us down, taking us back. The truth is, we should have finished, like, and that's sort of people to just submit today. In my head, I've already finished marking. Only for me to see, like, some people are submitting today. Hopefully, I'm very sure some of them are actually duplicate submissions. So all these things, you're actually slowing some people down, because there are people that should have been promoted, but I'm very sure that there are people that have not promoted right now because of people submitted twice. So you're slowing people down. Submit once. It's a Figma board. Whatever changes you make here will be saved, and we will see it. It's the same link. It doesn't change your link. Your link will not break as long as you do not delete it. So all these things, let us take notes and understand that, like I said, some of you that got promoted, it's not because your design was beautiful. Sorry if I'm sounding harsh. It's not because your design was beautiful. So simply because you followed instructions, and that is the power of following instructions. Yes, maybe in real life, your clients will ask for your variant and your components, just want to see results and your thought process. But in this task, you were told that use these things. And when they say she used these things, it's not just to decorate and show that, yes, I use components, I use variants, use them rightly. So this is a very good example of someone that used auto layouts properly, components, even variants. Person used it really, really well. Now, another example, I want to show you 3 different examples, because those 3 different examples actually looked different in their layouts, which is why I even like it. So that people understand that it's not about designing like a particular person. It's about owning a style. If you decide that this is how you want to design something, then do it rightly. Let me take it to another person's work. Look at this person's work. I think one of the things that actually struck me with this work is, I think this is one work that actually... Hello? Okay. I think one of the things that actually appreciated with this work is alignment. I think only very few issues like 101 instead of 100. I think this is one of the work that actually stood out when it comes to alignment. Like, look at this work and look at this work. They are 2 different layers. They are not even the same at all. But they got the same mark because they did their stuff in their own way and perfectly so. So when you pick a style, when you pick a layout, this is what I want to follow. Still follow guidelines. Look how this person followed. Like even upon seeing this page, you can literally feel that this is well aligned. That is a bit of alignment. It just, I can't go through everybody's design. There was this design I saw too. That design was not so great, to be honest. I mean, this design is very beautiful. I mean, this one I'm talking about is not even like a nice design. But if you see the alignment, I was really struck by that. Yeah, this person understands design principles. This person follows like design principles. So it was well aligned. And I get a person mark. Because the stuff is, this old design thing is not about, oh, I know how to use colors. It's beyond that. Yes, it's part of it. But yeah, you're using colors rightly, but you cannot do alignments. Your page is scattered. Like, what's not the point? If there's no alignment, you're having alignment issues, you are having these issues and blah blah blah. So these things, we should take note of it. I'm not saying that you must design like somebody. I mean, these are two different designs, as you can see. Two different designs. Yes, they were awarded the same mark. Another one again was this. Totally different. But yes, another thing that struck me here too was alignment. Yes, this space alignment was like, I don't think there was even any issue with this space alignment like at all. This is another very, 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 very different work, different style rather, but they follow design principles. So follow design principles and follow instructions. If we did not emphasize that you want to see variance, you want to see this thing, then I understand. But they told you this. So if you like, let your design be the most beautiful design. If you don't follow those other instructions, you are not going to go to the next stage, because those things carry marks as well. So please let us follow instructions. That said, please, I want to try and use somebody's work to do a redesign so that we understand certain things. Now, this person has also been promoted, right? But look at this person's work and look at the other works. Of course, we want to pick this work over that work, right? But yet this person was promoted, and I will tell you why. Number one is the fact that this person's work was neat. Yeah, there are some design principles that were not followed here, but this person's work was quite neat. And I was like, okay, yeah, this person is actually very promising. So of course, let me give this person the go. Another thing this person did was, this person actually followed instructions. They used everything. They used auto layout, they use component variants, they even use their style guide. So automatically they even had an extra 5 marks because they used all the 4 things that we mentioned. So that alone gave them a bonus mark. So that is the beauty of following instructions. Typically, if we're marking only designs, there's an high chance that this person might not promote to the next, or maybe this person might struggle to get to the next stage, any of that. But this person followed everything to the T. As much as they didn't follow certain design principles, they follow certain things to the T. So we are going to redesign this page so you can see what I feel could have been done differently. So we can see how we can adjust things in our own board. So if I've left comments for you and you're in this review session, please pay attention and go and push to align. Like, look at this work and look at this work. Yeah, two different layers. I'm not even the same. Like somebody's stuff is on. Because they did just. And is it just me? Okay. I think the person has muted themselves. Thank God. All right. So I'm going to show you how this would have been done differently and maybe look better. All the same, this is a nice design. I like the fact that this person understands what minimalism is. It shows, because quite a number of pages that I saw were filled with too much content, like and slapping too much colors. This person understands the meaning of using minimal colors. The only thing was maybe this person did not know how to balance it. I'm in a meeting. So that the person does not know how to maybe balance certain things, right? All of you raising hands. Okay, let me answer your questions first. Andra, please.
Hello, good evening. Sorry. Yes. You spoke about those that put in colors and did not use them in their design. I think I'm guilty of that. I tried to delete it, but I couldn't delete it. There were initial colors I wanted to use, but while design, I didn't like the way it looked. So I changed it completely, but then I did not know how to delete it from what I have already saved.
Okay, we will do everything here. Don't worry. Let me duplicate this person's work because I cannot edit it. I'll duplicate it and do it from here. All right, so I'm going to duplicate it here. Okay, I think Ojo, Rachel, you have a question. Please shoot. I think let me just take a question before you start the redesign.
Okay. Yeah, this is Ojo Rachel. Thank you. I want to say that this is my design, but I'm yet to be promoted.
You've been promoted. I can see that the part of people that are tagged promoted. Please
Okay,
check.
I can't see stage 4 on my Slack. That's the reason why I said I've not been promoted. But this
I'll
is my
check it.
design. So.
Oh, I will check it then because you've been tagged promoted. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, another person is raising their hand. Okay, no. All right. Okay, Daniel, please ask your question.
Good evening. Please, sorry, I know you're talking about that. I just wanted to point out that I lack the understanding of variance. So if you can just touch on it, please.
No, we are going to do everything here because I want you people to see what I mean by applying it rightly. It's not just creating variants. All right, let us start. Why is my stuff shaking? All right, let's start. Good, I have so much headache. All right, I use the copied one. Yeah, this is the one I duplicated. All right, so we're going to try to redesign this page. And when I'm doing that, I'm going to show you guys like how to do your style guide, how to put it in your work, blah, blah, blah. When you want to do your style guide, like she mentioned, maybe delete a color from the style guide. I think I can see it. What is variance, please? Well, variance, go to our YouTube, to the YouTube channel. You will find that we talked about variance, I think last week. Yes, you will find it there. All right, let's start. So I want to redesign this page. Let me pick my, yeah, I think this is when the person used 1440 by 900. Yes. All right, so to start, I'm going to make my grid. Let's make the 12 column grid as I should. Hey, this is marginal. Yeah, count 12 as I should. Then let me see what this person used for. Okay, she used 100. Okay, make it 100 as well. 100. All right. Now I have made my grid. I'm ready or not yet ready. Then I will now want to create my style guide component, all the things I'm going to need. So let's say the first thing that I add correctly was my color. So what I'm going to do, I want to cancel all the colors that okay, you know your style guide to have this thing, what they call it, to be present, so to speak. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Because me, I never delete my style guide. From what I can see, it was not. Anyways, let me just show you guys how I do mine. All right, so this is my frame. I want to create my style guide. Let me name this style guide. I want to name this page style guide. Frame. Okay. All right, let's start creating our style guide. I want to use the color she used. So let's see. See, this is an example of someone that created a style guide and did not use their style guide. But if you use a style guide, this is not supposed to show. It's supposed to show those circles, like these things that are here. Yep. This person used, okay, this is a style guide as per text, but no, it's a style guide as per color. Okay, they used it here. But I like the fact that this person did not use 000. Some people would have gotten everything in their design, but you went to use 000. That's why I used to give that disclaimer. Don't use 000 in your design. They still went to use 000. Anyways, let us copy the color because that is what I want to use to do style guide. All right, this is going to be the color part. Eclipse. Hope everyone can see my screen. Make it as big as I can. Okay, I think this is big enough. All right. Let's give this a name. We name it, I don't want to name it header color. I will name it brand color. Yep, create style. What other colors does this person have? Okay, this person has 2, 9. All right. Let's name this black. This is our black in this context. Okay, create style. Now this person does not have a body text, so to speak. So I'm going to create mine. I will call it gray. Yeah, just call it gray since we're not having so many colors. I need to give it gray one, but I want to give it another. I want to give it another color code. I don't want to use C4, so maybe I should use you. Yeah, it's 5 works for me. Yeah. So these are the colors. You can label them. I will advise I even label themselves. So the reason why I label them is so that whoever comes to your board, or maybe your developer or something, can understand what is there. So we're going to call this brown color, and we are going to put the color code as well. What is the color code again, big? On 37FD. Okay. What's the distance I created? Give it 10. By the way, I just used the layout. It looks like you guys even understand the layout. I think it's the variant and components that you don't understand. But I don't use Roboto, it's too generic. But that's what the person used that be. I want to work with the person, so I'm going to use the fonts this person used. This person used Roboto. All right, we're wrong with it then. Person used Roboto. Okay. Let's maintain it. So you can even style our style guide so it's easy to read. Just because it's style guide does not mean that I should treat it like it doesn't matter. Someone is raising their hands. Don't worry, I'm coming, please. Which font size did I use here? Yeah, okay. So let's say this is our style guide. I actually even like using circles. We're using rectangles. Somebody is raising up their hands. So why does drop the comments? Well, I'm coming. This is our black. Okay, I already even, okay. Did I copy it or not? I did here. Just giving its name so whoever comes can understand. I don't think I like this font 18 a bit. So whoever comes can understand what is there. If your developer comes here, for instance, he knows that all body text are set to this color, and it doesn't have to always come to your design to check all the time. I think we used 8585 for this. 858585. This one is black. Give whatever name. Some people give their colors name per what they do, like adding text and blah blah. But I like using general names, ambiguous names that can fit in for everything, because it's not every time that I'm going to use this stuff for adding. Can be used for something else. So all right, let's just leave it like this. Repetition. Okay. have that. We've done our colors. Another person that asked that she could not delete. The reason why I could not delete is that I think it's everybody that was doing their own like that. But anyways, typically it's supposed to have a page called style guide. On that page, just these things to be here. You don't have to delete them. I know that some people will delete it after they've created it, although the style guide will still be saved. Do you get? So even if you delete these guys, your style guide will still be saved on this panel here. Do you get? So I think that was the issue. So instead of deleting, just leave it alone. Like I say, your style guide, they call this guide. You are guiding somebody. You are guiding people that have come to your design page. That is your point. That's what I call style guide. You are guiding them on the styles you are using on your page. You don't have to delete these things. Because when you now want to like delete and edit all these things, it might be difficult for you. My do is delete my own. I've never did it before. So I don't even know. All right, so this is the colors. Then we want to do for the heading. What did this person use for her heading? She used 64, and for the body she used 18. Okay, body is 18. Typically, I don't think I would want to use 18. Roboto is a very long font, but you need to understand your font. Typically, what works generally is mostly font 16 pixels. So instead of using 18 and going overboard, just stick to your 16 for your body text. But then I understand that is an error section, but it depends, Sha. But just for everyone to know, so that your page does not look so big. Everything just entering inside the I want to delete the style because it's like it's been confusing you guys, and we're not using this. All right, so text. I want to do for text now. Typography. This one is color. I mean, I hope everyone is following. If you are following, just raise up your hand so I know what I'm doing. Yes, let me add another color called white. Yep, come here. White is indeed part of our color. I have to raise our background. For if you want to call it white, you can call it background, depends. But I think I want to go with white here. Create style. You can just add a little bit of stroke on this guy so that you know the difference to the rest, or you can just add shadows. I think I want to even show you guys how to apply shadows, because some people are really applying shadows, but more. It's like you didn't apply it as you should. So it was not looking skewed or off. It shouldn't be. I think I will show that after this session. Let's finish everything here first. So now we have all our colors. Maybe here because I'm still going to kind of need you. So let me just leave it there. Sorry, that's not what I was going for. It's supposed to be 50, okay. 15, that's fine. Okay. So we've done column. What's now the typography, Abby? Yes. Graph is next. Let's make it neater so that there's a bit of demarcation. Honestly, I do not like Roboto, but I'm working on this person's design. Actually, what I'm trying to even prove here is that if you guys did your work neatly, now I'm not saying that regardless of the font though, because some fonts just don't work for that particular design. But like this person that uses Roboto, it's not because she uses Roboto that work is not nice. In this context, it's not that work is not even nice. Her work is quite neat. The reason why some of the things were off were alignment and arrangement of elements. So if you use a particular font, sometimes it's not the font's issue. Sometimes it's you didn't arrange it well. But sometimes so fonts too. But in this context, I won't say our font is the issue. I would say it is the arrangement of elements. So that's why we are going with our fonts regardless. All right, so give you another color. I don't like the way you're so black. No, another color. FC. Or no. Yeah, that's fine. This is going to be our header. For this context, you can call it header text or H1. Let me use the generic one, H1 heading or heading 1, whichever one works for you. Heading 1. Let me make this longer. So what was the font she used again? The font size she used 64 and she used 18. All right, so 64. Our header is going to be 64. We know in future as we are designing if 64 is too big or not, but typically it should work. Let me even play the design. That is true. We should always inhabit the habit of playing our design. How does you look when I play? Does it make sense? Because sometimes on your board it might look nice until you play it, you not see the difference. So let's play it. Okay, looks like the 64 is not so bad. Can you see what I was saying about body text? Can you see how these fonts are so big? Even at the shop now, they learn more, they are quite big. So always play your text and always play your design so that you know how it looks. All right, let me continue. This is 64 pixels. Let's see her width. She used bold. Okay, makes sense. I think now you guys can see certain reasons why this person was promoted. Yes, oh my God, why this person was promoted. This person actually understands certain design principles. This person understands that my H1 must be thicker than the body text so that they understand what I am doing. This person understands that. And that is quite a good thing, to be honest. That's part of what actually boosted certain people's marks. It's the fact that we're following certain design principles. So in this our own case, I don't think we have heading 2. So let's just go forward and write body text big, body text small. Let me just body text small. I'll show you why I named it that. Remember on our hero session, she has a text to be 18. So I want to do a body text of 16. So for that hero session, 18 could work, but for the body, I want to use 18. I want to use 16. So that's why I have heading text big and heading text small. So it will be 16. Or rather, I'll call it normal because this is the general body text I want to use on my board. So maybe small can be 14 or whatever. These other ones, she did not use bold. She used regular. So 62. I want to make you 30. Yeah. All right. So this one, the color, I'm not going to use black because the heading and the body are not the same. There has to be like a bit of contrast. People know the difference between your heading and the body. So instead of black, we'll turn it to gray. Same with this gray. Instead of using our style guide, like we're using the colors that we have. It's not like we're now like we're not gonna rewrite it again. 85, 85, 85. If I did establish it, then follow through. So this one we are maintaining 18. Why for normal we are using 16. Okay, let's put it in front so that whoever comes knows what we used. I think I want to use the same color for this. Your style can be more beautiful than this, please. So big. By far safe. It's just basic. By far. Okay. 18 pixels. The point of naming these things, like I said, is for guide. You cannot just put it there and what's not the point of your style guide when somebody is still going back to go understand what is there. but it's not the point. They are aligned. Lapis box for this thing, so I'll leave they aligned. This is me easier to lay out even in my style guide. So it's not just by using it on the work, you can use it anywhere. Because the layout, like I said, is for you. You're making your own life easy. So I think we've established this. Now let's proceed. There's a difference here, obviously, with the style guide I established here and the one that she used. Difference being that, okay, we cannot proceed though. I did not add this to my style. Text. Let's name this one H1. People put their, like, you can actually, no, let me just do it. Or never mind. That's established it for me. But if you want, you can. Some people write everything in full. H1, 64 pieces, blah, blah, blah. But people will even write it automatically. But I understand what they do. Like they add extra things so you can understand what is there. That's our H1. This one we're going to name it body text big. Text big. Right? Then body text small. Or body text normal, rather. Normal. Okay, we have that created. We now have our color and we have our typography. Now I want to create my component. That is the one for buttons. Because are we still following? I know that I've not post. If you are following, just raise your hand. If you are not following, rather, no, if you are not following, raise your hand. If you are lost. If you are lost, new, not if you understand. Okay, I can see that no one raised their hand. Thank you, Lord. Now let's continue. All right, so now I want to do for the experts that responded. So, okay, unmute yourself, Abdullah Kim. What is the issue?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
About this text style, I think that's where I'm lost a bit. But the color guide, I think I'm okay with that.
Okay, so the same way you did it. Okay. No, continue.
And again, how we are to incorporate it into our design. That's another
I'm going
thing.
to get there. I'll get there, don't worry.
And sorry, last one, please. Last one. I want to ask, can somebody that has already have a design now create a style guide after a design? Does it make any sense?
Yeah, it's actually possible. I mean, that happens actually. Like sometimes you just dive into designing without your style guide. It happens, especially when you're having a rush of inspiration. You don't want to be stuck. It happens.
Okay.
It's happened to me. But I mean, I would advise that maybe you should later go and check that and maybe create your styles. The reason for that is because, like what we said last time, if there are mistakes that you want to correct, instead of doing it one by one, your styles has already helped you establish that, right? Another way to actually avoid this kind of maybe unnecessary development is by going low fidelity first instead of you going full blown, right? So instead of you start putting your colors and everything, why not just create a wireframe on paper or just create a grayscale? That's by grayscale, I mean a wireframe where there are no colors.
Okay.
Yes, so you just avoid this. Yeah, so about the incorporating, we're going to do that in a minute. I just want to create the buttons. So before I even proceed, you guys will notice that the colors that are here are different from, some of them are different from what is here. Our heading here is blue. I've changed mine to black. Now let me give you the reason for that. Just because you're trying to show that this is your brand color does not mean that you should now put it everywhere. We get the point. You already used blue as your button. To be honest, it already sells the fact that this is your brand color. Also, your logo can even help you sell that. Maybe your logo has blue or something, but it's not a must. I must be the logo that sells it. To be honest, like this context, you can see that the logo here is white. So you don't have to now start making all your text blue. I mean, actually just depends on the context of use, because in this context, I would say that the blue used here is too much. Need to design, but the colors are everywhere. So why not just make it black? I already get the points that your stuff is blue, your brown color is blue, so just make it black. So that is why we have to change some things. Another thing that you notice that I changed is that after I made it black, I had to look for another color for my body, because my header text and my body text cannot be looking the same. So those are the things that we've changed. I just hope that you guys are with me as I'm changing these things, making these changes. All right, now I want to create a button. We're going to see another change in our button. This button is too big. From what we can see in this place, it's quite big. It's like shouting. We don't need to have it this big. So yeah, we are going to change this. Another thing here that I changed was the font size. I made it 16. For instance, when I go to create my button text is not going to be this big. So let's continue. I want to create my component, my button. Yeah, what did she write? She wrote lemon and shop now. Okay, let's go. Okay, let me bring this to your attention. This is a, if I ask you guys now, like, what is the main thing this platform is supposed to do? Typically, since it's in an e-commerce shop, I will assume that you're supposed to sell. So if that is the main thing that your platform is supposed to do, why will you put your main button as Lemo and your secondary as shop now? Your main button should be the primary thing. That's why it's called primary button and secondary. So I would rather recommend that shop now should be the one that should be here. Should be the one with this color, and should be the one that should be here. And Lemo should be the one that should be here. Because what you really want people to do is to buy your stuff. The same when you go to corporate websites, and what they want you to do is to contact them. So you still contact us first sometimes, right? Before you see Lemo. I don't know if you are following. So that's why I call it primary button. It's not primary button because one is blue and the other one is full and the other one is outlined. I mean, it's part of what it depicts it. But it's also primary button because that is the main button. That is the main call to action that they want you to perform. So yeah, that's that. So let's create our button. Shop now. Of course, I'm not using this big. So now when you want to use this, can you see? You don't have to go all the way like creating text all over again. We've done our stuff. So we just come to this text and we select the body. I want to use 16. So I make it 16. Then I don't want to use black. I already have my white color. I want to use white. I make it white. So now this is me going to use auto layout to create my button. Now again, I always say it's not much is auto layout, but I mean, it saves you time. So, but in this our assignment, we are using it to. So I'm making auto layout. You can't see anything because it's white. I keep repeating that thing so you can get it right. Now let's fill it. We fill it with the color, brown color. There we have it, but the button is still quite short for me, so let me update it. Let me try this. Let's see. Okay. Put that right. Yeah, that. So yeah, this is our button. So yeah, this is our main button. We will now create a component to group them as what they are. So we are going to create our components now. Create component. Let's name it primary button. Then this will now create our variant from this. Because when you create variants, it's like a duplicate, then you're not going to decide to edit it. So shop now, we will now change it to want to make it stroked. We do not want to have the whole fill thingy. So let's pick the color. We don't want to use white for the text again. We want to use this. So this will now be learn more. Can use that right here. We've used our everything auto layout. We use variants, we use tag, everything is now set. But now it is not enough to just use this. We want to see you guys actually use it on your work. Do you understand? So now we've made this. Let me give it a name, but I think I want this thing to be horizontal. I don't want it to be down. So let me bring it here just to manage space. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. I think that is enough for me. All right. So I think we are set to now start using our stuff on the board. Now, using components and variants is not that it must only be for buttons, please. That is not what I'm trying to preach here. Rather, what I'm saying is this is how to use it. You can use it on whatever and wherever, but just use it appropriately. That's all. Okay, let's continue. This is buttons. Okay. Another I love to do though is this. Like I said, just like how you did for your text and for your typography, you come here and you let the whoever is going to be working on your design know that the height is 51. From what I can see here, the height is 51. Yes, it is. You can just put it as this. So you don't stress yourself. H or height, whichever works for you. Yeah, I think that is enough. Okay, padding, yes. Padding left to right. Padding width. Yeah, I think it's width I used to use. Padding left to right, yes, left to right is I think I used 28. We can use padding left, padding right, whichever you like. With me, I cannot be wasting English when I can just write two of them in one place. Padding top to bottom, top and bottom, or let me use a slash so that you get the English. English is hard. So this looks like I'm saying to instead of or and. Yes, I think I used 16, but let me just cross check to be sure. We used 20. Yeah, it's correct. So I was doing this so that whoever comes here understands. That's the whole point of doing this. Okay, work easy for people. It's really not always about you. It involves people as well. So you can see that we have actually made things easier for anyone that comes to your board. It's clear or it's not clear. Like looking at this page, is it clear to you what this designer is trying to establish, or it's not? Just raise your hand, please. Like if you come to this style guide as a developer that wants to code this work, will you be able to understand that, okay, this is the brown color, this is black, this is gray, this is the end, this is the bottom, or you will not? Okay, looks like you guys get it. All right, so now we established that once nice in our design. I think this is where it gets interesting. This one knows it won't take time. So we want to use this. So this person used a white logo, which means I have to use follow through as well. Yeah, let me use this like that. No want this color to be everywhere, but it is what it is. But it can still work. And let's go back. Okay, let's use it now. So this is our logo. I'll still adjust things, but I just want you guys to see what I'm doing. This is our logo, the logo size that we are choosing. But let me play this. I want to see how the logo size looks like. Where is the play button? Okay. Sorry. Okay, logo size looks okay. Because it is our logo. I'm bringing it a bit down here. This is blah blah blah. This person used frame auto layout very well here, so that's really nice. But I don't want to use 24 for my this, like I said, I rather use 16. So here we go, 16. So you're looking at it on your, when you're looking at it on your work, you're like, yeah, move it out of the layout, right? When you're looking at your work, you're like, this thing is too small. Don't worry. It's when you play it, you see that it's not too small. It is ideal. All those things you read on your phone, most of them are actually in 15 or 16 pixels. So always play your stuff. Click on that play button. How does it look like? Is equal? No. So thank you for the layout. Yeah, it now looks well aligned. Make it 45, 45. Let me play it first. This length is too big exactly. Oh, sorry. 30. Yeah, that's fine. Minus 35. 121. I do not like using over 110 for this. Okay, can you see? Can you see the difference in the heading? Everything has kind of changed. Our heading has now changed from the old big and bold thing to this. I purposely did not want to pick a very, very like minimal design because I want people to understand that it's not about the style of your work. It's about following design principles as well. I mean, style still matters. There are some styles that but just like what I showed you with those three designs, three different styles, like totally different styles, but graded the same way because it was never about the style. It was how they incorporated their style. How did they own it? They owned their style. Like, yes, this is my work. So now I'm going to change the heading. Of course, I'm not using that brown color. I'm changing it to black. Oh, this person was using enter. Shouldn't have used that. You could have just set the size of your the width, or rather, yes, the container of your text. Where should it stop? By just dragging. For instance, if it's, yeah, by just dragging, basically. This is it. This is when you don't set it. This is free form. You're just flowing. But when you set it, this is what happens. You don't even have to set it here, but if you like, fine. You could just drag it like this. Or right from here, you can just give it the width that you want. You can just give it, let's see, 500. Anyone that you want. But you can just drag it, basically. So we established that. Let's group this guy because like it's obstructing us. So this is now bar. Let's play our work. Let's see how it looks like now. Okay, it's coming together. I personally think that this 62 is too big. Maybe it's my glasses, but no, it's too big for me. 64 rather. So I'm going back to my style guide and I'm going to reduce it to, let me see, 55. Right there. I did not do this or clear out very well. If I unframed it, yes, I have. Anyways, let's continue. It's 41. No, I don't want to be 41. Let us continue, please. So I see that that's also changed here. Our 64 has reduced. It goes back to the question that you asked the other time about, should I start this thing first? Yes, you should. Because like now we have our style guide, and because we went to our style guide to change it, it's reflected here. We do not have to go all the way back. All right, let's continue. Then again, you can also take note of certain things. For instance, if you don't like the way the text is too close to each other, you can always increase the line height. But I'm not increasing the line height in this context because I already established my line height in my style guide. You can always go to your style guide to edit it. Let me show you what I mean. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for. Here we have, where is it? Yeah, this is line height. So we can always come here to edit it. So it's just for, you can say I want to set it at 70. You're going to see the difference now. That's changed. Let me show you a very drastic difference so you know what I'm saying. Can you see it has changed here too? So that is the beauty of your style guide. When you make a change there, it reflects in other places. So let me set you as 70. I think I like 70 than 60. The follow column 60. Or not. I don't like 70. It will not look fine in my eye again. Oh, it's the font I changed. Yeah, it was font I changed. Just saying. All right, so let's continue. This is our text. I feel like this text is too long, Steph. But anyways, let's see if we change the size to 50. What happens to the text? It's too long. So you want to add this text. This text, you can make it 18. It's not bad to make it 18. I mean, it's part of the Euro text. So 18 looks fine for me too. But the text is still black and I don't want it to be black. So let's do this gray. Now you can see that there's contrast. And also that everyone is noticing the changes that is happening. Yeah, I think I'll say that 100. Now we want to do our buttons. So when you want to do your buttons, you can just come to your assets. You have to go to the page, to be honest. Just, sorry, you named this style guide, right? Yeah, so just take your button, take your components there. So you just, that's all. Go to your asset and pick your component. I don't think I even like this robot. I think their stuff is very close to themselves. I don't like this either. So I want to change. I want to change the line art as well of the body text. So let me change the line height and body text to 24. You to 24. Where are you? 24. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, I think this is better. This is Britain. All right, let's continue. Shop now, 1, 2. Now, because we already had variants, we don't have to stress ourselves, to be honest. We don't have to go all the way to assets. You can just come here, default variants to learn more. This is how you apply those things to your work. It's not just that you have it. Can you see that there's a difference now? The difference in the way it looks. It's all about arrangements, alignment, blah, blah, blah. How you set your text, font size, those things, they actually go a long way. They're the ones that actually make up the design, to be honest. Those are things that make up design. It's not just about knowing what you want to design. Okay, you know what you want to design, but okay, how are you going to place those things that you know? So yeah, you have that now. Now this image, now this is the last part of the whole gist, basically. Always look for images that work. It's not enough to just, let me even see, let me imitate a style too. I do not want to, like, how will I put it? I do not want to bring my stuff, so to speak. I want you guys to see that. I think she used stroke. I don't know how she packs so many things there. I want you guys to see that even in your style, you can still do like huge stuff. It's all about how you arrange your style. I do not believe, I must do something the way someone did something. I can use that as inspiration, but it doesn't have to be like copy and paste, to be honest. You can just Like for this, I do not want a situation like what I said, all the blues to be everywhere. I can just reduce the opacity. So instead of this looking like this, why not just reduce the opacity? Let's reduce the opacity. Is it possible to reduce the opacity? Oh, sorry, it's going to I'm changing it from the style. Okay, move the pass through rather. It's too big. Yeah, can use the opacity so that all the blue is not everywhere. Not about like using your intuition to make things work. All the blue is not everywhere. And always in your eyes to check, is this working or not? No. All right, so once we place our book, I don't like this image. So let's always look for images that are good. So it's not just enough that you can align things. What image are you using? This image doesn't really like doesn't really look appealing for your website, right? Just imagine that it's a real website. I don't think you want to use this image for it. So let us go and look for books. Let's go to Unsplash. I just have talking to my own self since. Please, if you understand, raise up your hand. I'm actually having serious headache. But please raise up your hand if you understand. Thank you, Martina. Unsplash, where at thou? Hey. Okay, I've seen it. Pop. This is why I just like doing old school. Just go to my browser and look for it. Books. Let's see, what can we use? We can even use this, so it's not bad at all. Oh, that is true. I did not this thing insert image one. Did you insert? Yeah, it did. Yay. Okay. Let me even test and see if my this thing will work, because I don't want to use this background. If my remove BG will work now, it does not work. It does not work. I don't know why. I don't know how offended though. I always have to go to the browser, run. If I set the API key, I can start looking for the API key. This work. Yeah, it worked, guys. Hey, it worked. Then again, some will not work because it's not giving me what I want. I'll go for another image. So basically, it's not like I must stop here because this is the image I want to use. We die here. No. But anyways, I'm going for another image and I don't want to point out something. Can you see like there is a bit of minimalism with this as opposed to this? So always look for ways to make your design simple and so clear. Like upon visit, it looks very clear for the person that is coming to your page. We are going for another image, don't worry. But now we can see that there's like a difference. This text is long. I don't like the way it's long. Let me see if I can change the, maybe it's my eyes, but it's looking long to me, Sha. Basically, it's not a, I've started here, I stop here. Nah, it's okay to move forward. Don't stay in one place, don't be stuck. What is saying should not move. It looks like that. Yes, I think this one is better than the long, at least just me. Yes. This is why I don't like Roboto. Someone should choose for me. This one and that long one, which one do you prefer? Write in the comments. Maybe it's my eyes. Long or short? The long one, Abby. Okay. Someone says this one is better. Okay, everyone says, most people are saying the long one. All right, let's go for the long one. People are not saying short. Oh yeah, mentor, Sister Mariam, please. Which one do you prefer, guys? There are Boma and the rest. Dara says short. Boma. Another thing is, if you're not sure about your design, you can always ask people. This is what I'm doing now. You can just ask people, you should use the eye seat. Because maybe I'm seeing it this way because, I mean, my vision is skewed before. Eye problem mistress. So it's not today. So always ask people what they think. Because it might look good to you, it might not look good to the viewer. So it's fine. All right, so we'll go with the shorts. We'll go with the shorts then. Since many people are choosing the shorts one. Okay, even I can choose shorts. All right, shorts it is. Let's run. Okay. This to be aligned, but we'll go back to that. I want to change this image. Yeah, I said I wanted to change the image. But can we now see the difference? Anyways, like there's a clarity now, like it's clearer when you come online, like when you come to this website, it's clear for you to read, as opposed to when you come to this that shouting on your eye. Can we start? We cannot see it. Raise your hand, please. I need feedback. Tell us know what we are doing. Let me go to my unsplashing piece. I don't have time for all this. Old school is always the way I beg. Not all the time, I beg. It's context specific. Why are those old school, please? All right, books. Books, here we come. Yeah, we still adjust, Ruth. We are not yet done. We're still looking for our image. It's also not a must to use that circle anyway. Now, let me even say this. Just because you are so hell-bent on, I want this circle to be, I want my work to look like this, it can actually constrain how things should be. Or what could work rather. Don't let me say how things should be, because there are a million ways making something work. That means this stuff was never placed. Wow. This image was never really here. Anyways, so I want to try something, guys. Instead of me having the old thingy, I could just decide to do this like this. Saves you stress. I could just decide to do this like this. I think this stuff is too big for that kind of space, so I'm going to crop it. You can crop like this, but you can just use your control. Let me show you the contrast. That one is even more. You can just press on your control and drag and crop it. By the way, you don't have to do the whole this thing. I hate when like a removed background image. Oh, sorry, that was me. Is having so much space. Somebody need to do. Yes. So we cannot do this. We have saved ourselves, but I still want to use our style. So let's look for something. But we can just do this. Where is it? So this is what we have. Let me show you what we had before. Personally, I think like this nav bar is too big. Or it's just me. Yes, I feel it's too big. Minus 10, I think minus 20. Yes. So can you see how we've been going back, checking what we already done before? That is how it is. You always go back to check what you've done. If not, you can go and submit and work like full of decimal points. You will not know. You just submit decimal points, they go, no alignment. In your head, you've already finished working. Someone will now come and check your design, the same decimal points up and down. So always go back, check what you did. It won't cost you anything. You are going back to check because you want it to be perfect. So always go back, check what you did, please. Let me even see if it still work like this. I'm coming because I want us to save time. I want us to ask the questions we want to ask. Send to back, beg. It doesn't work. We can't find that image. I do not want to go beyond this style because I want us to see that it is very possible to achieve. Even if that's style, you can still achieve what should be. Does not mean that all these styles make sense. Because, like, you're just gonna pick one rough work and submit. To be honest, we will not mark it. Look for what works. Yeah, this can work, but I not still like it. So, But anyways, I don't still like it. Yeah, let me look for what I want to look for. Books. Is this my network or something? Because something not loaded. Okay. Let's see. I'm starting for now. I'll go to Pixel. So. Very beautiful. If you see any fine picture, I beg. No, not you. This is not bad. Let's try this. Still downloading, it's not downloading. Okay. Let's open to this tonight. Let's try. Let's see what happens. Let's stay in that style. It didn't move. A bit did not move. I think I'm having network issues. Yes, it's moved to go and cover the page. Thank you very much, Becky. I'm putting this out to layout. Come out. Come out. Thank you. Hey, stuff is so big. Crap it. Let me try out that stuff. Still big. It's kind of distinct. Yes. I feel like she remove this background to be nice, but or not. Yeah, it's real low. I also think it works. Let's try a style. She used, I think, 20 for readers 50. What is wrong? Oh, that's me. So sorry, guys. I don't want 50. I think 50 is too much. Oh, come, let me try Sha. Is that from me? How do I stop this? Can you guys hear a sound? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear any sound, like a loud, sharp sound?
Yes.
Okay, but can you still hear it?
No.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay, so it looks like using that style might not work, but yes, but I think the point has been passed. Where is my remove vision? I mean, I actually try to stay on a style. I mean, in almost everything. Or I didn't. Where is the owner of the work? She should come and talk. The owner of the work should talk. Did I stay on your style by now or other people? Just put in the comments or give me thumbs up. Nobody's answering me. Kill. Perfect. Okay, someone said I did. Okay, but you know the works. Not see anything. Anyways, so the whole point of me trying to stay on a style, like I said, is because I want you guys to know that you are capable of doing these things and you do have nice thought processes. It's just like maybe you didn't know how to actually interpret those thought processes. So it's not like you guys don't know what you are doing. You don't know these things. It was just about how do you interpret those things while following design principles. So that's why I do not want to manipulate what she has done, so to speak. I want to stay on her lane while showing her that yes, girl, you are on the track. You just kind of maybe maneuvered or something. You just need to fix certain things. That's all. So coming. Let me play it. I think this looks more like her style than the other one. So let's follow through. That's why if you notice, some of you that have gotten comments from me on their board, you really see comments like me saying, put this one here, put that one here. Nah, because it's not that you don't know what to put there, you just don't know how to arrange those things. So I will not come and look for one thing and give you to put. You have to think it through by yourself. Like almost everything all the things I use there, I actually just use their style. Their style I used here. This heading, the spacing is too much. There's a style that I actually used here. Like, that's all. I did not use my own style in any way. The only thing I did here was follow design principles and show you guys how to apply those style guides, your components, your variants, your auto layout. That is all. So, yeah, that's it. Ojorichi, I think I don't know if this work. Thank you very much for being our experiment, so to speak. All right, if you have any question, please shoot. Andra, please ask your question.
Hello.
Hi.
You said we should, after designing, you should play a work. I didn't even know anything about that, but then I started to play my
prototype.
Yes, my design right now, and the thing just covered my whole screen. I can't even see some part of the design.
Yeah, check the size that you use, the frame size one, or go to, can you see my screen? Come here.
I'm seeing it.
Options. It depends on your screen size. If your screen size is not up to that 1440, it might look like that because it has 100% display at full size. So instead, go to where is it? Scale. I think to be this with scale. Yeah, my own screen is very big. It's 1,500 and something. I think click on this. Let me see. This
okay.
Last one with scale. How does it look now?
It's different from the first one, but it's still big.
Does it, like, is everything showing now, or you can't see everything? Still covering all the front?
Everything is showing.
Yeah, it's the desktop. It's supposed to be large. So the point is everything is showing, Abby.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, this is what we have. So I will say it again. You guys have what it takes. You have your style. You don't have to beat yourself up about your style. Just make sure your style is following design principles. That is all. Nobody is telling you to drop your, like, say, like, it's just like artists. Every artist has their style, so to speak. But they will still use, maybe the people that are painters, you use what they used to paint, right? You are a designer. You are going to use those principles that you were taught to use to design while following your own style. That is why, like I said, I use those 3 different works that scored the same mark to show you guys that it's not about the fact that you did not do this person's style that made you not to pass. No, that did not follow certain things. So please, let's all of us take note of any issue that might be on our work right now. If I've given you any comments, please go and make the necessary changes. From what we have done yet today, just take note of whatever it is that you might have done wrong on your work, and you can always work on it. Even if you've been promoted, take note and work on it. So that's it. Who else has questions? Okay, I can see Gia starts. Please shoot.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks for the class. I just want to clarify something. I got a comment on my work on Sunday/Monday, and I've done what was asked of me. So what but I've not been promoted and I've not heard any feedback. I just want to
reply. Did you reply me?
Yes, I did. So I just wanted to clarify that. Is there anything I have to do? Like, do I have to go back and rectify anything, or I don't know?
Like I said, from what we've done here today, if you feel that, I mean, at the end of the day, we are all here and we paid attention. That's what I want to ask you. So if you feel that some of the things that you did, maybe it does not correlate with some of the design principles that we've explained right now, please go back and make it right.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, that's it. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right.
I think the next person is Martina. Martina, that's the question.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to ask you if it is compulsory for that style guide to be white. Can it be other colors?
Oh, yeah, it can be other colors, of course. Actually, mostly I use a
Okay.
black background, so it can be obvious. So
Okay, because the one I submitted is kind of like lemon for it to be able to show the white color used.
Just making it. I mean, if I do this black, it does not change anything. This is black. It's not like you must use white or something.
I'm talking about the frame itself.
Yeah, even the frame. Yeah, so far it is neat, and it's bringing out the colors that we need to see.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, just making it as well. Next person is Isaac, please.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so I actually sent a message and you replied me on the group that the first one I submitted, I actually went to mistakenly click just the frame alone. I didn't submit the full board, so I resubmitted, but I realized that there's not check the frame at all. Like nobody has.
You said what? You did not submit the frame.
When I submitted the first time, I only submitted I think I clicked on the slide only, like only the frame that I worked on, like not the full board. So I had to submit the full board and nobody has gone there to get anything.
You resubmitted your work. Is that what you're saying? Or you made changes on your work? Which one? Or you made changes and you resubmitted?
Yes, okay, I made changes. I submitted the board.
Okay, we check. And another one to say, some people took their frame and they turned it to auto layout. Me, I don't know why you like. So very hard to select. Some people also took their frame and turned it to components. Me, I don't understand why. Please leave your frame the way it is. It is frame. Leave it alone. It's the inside of the frame that will say if you should be doing your component auto layout. Thank you. What else? Okay, let me ask Okpayemi, please shoot. I think you've not spoken. The other people that use up there have spoken before. Okpayemi.
Okay, good evening. Yeah, my question is that, okay, it's not really a question though. I submitted my assignment, but I've not really gotten any comments regarding it. So I don't know where I'm getting it wrong or
don't worry. I said it that I'm going to comment on every one.
Okay.
So don't worry, I'm going to
thank
comment.
you very much.
Yeah, some of you submitted today. Some of you submitted today. And we're looking for comments. Some of you submitted today. Okay. Like in my head, I've already finished marking. Only for me to see some people submitted today. Anyways, let's continue.
I submitted last week though.
No, not you. Don't worry. I'm talking about you. I just have to point out. Ojo Rachel, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Your voice is quite far, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for using my design.
You're kind of still far, to be honest. I can't really hear you. I mean, it's just me.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Just talk. I will see if I can hear you.
Okay. I said thank you for using my design for the class. I'm really grateful. Thank you for understand my mistake. Now, the question I want to ask is for the image.
Okay.
For my work, I Figma. There's a particular place you went, I think it's plugin or something like that showed all the images or something. Really flat.
Yes. You don't have that on Figma?
Yeah, I don't have that on my Figma.
I beg, Dara. Sorry, Dara. These things do not follow come. I be you go and download it. I can't remember the plugin. All these things. Dara.
Yeah, you go to Figma community or you just go to the home, click on the Figma logo. Can we do that now? I just click on the Figma logo and search for plugin. You will see a lot of them.
That means it has been a while. I can't even remember. All right, thank you, Dara. Some people are raising up their hands. Okay, so I have another question. Yeah, I said I've heard you because on your stuff I wrote promoted. That means I missed your name or did not check where they are in stage 4, but I will check by myself and know what's up. Thank you. Okay, Emeka, maybe you raise your hand. I don't want to pronounce your son. I can't pronounce it well. Yes.
Sorry, okay. Thank you very much for the class today. I just want to ask, when you mentioned you didn't like the font. I actually remembered something. Because when I was doing my work, that font actually gave me some little issues. I was trying to use the font that I felt was best for the particular e-commerce website I was working on. So when I did my research, I was seeing, like, I was not seeing things that were very clear, because I thought I would see rules as regards fonts to use and something like that. So I don't know if you have any resource or maybe a handbook or something like that.
Okay, so
because actually I used to think Ubuntu was the safest text.
Hey,
That's
I
why
don't
I
like
thought
Roboto, Sha.
Roboto
Roboto is like just normal follow come with Figma. But I'm not a fan. The same way, what is the name? XD follow come with Tego UI. Really see people use it. So, like, see now, I was having issues. Is it long? Is it short? I don't like using Roboto. Sometimes some fonts will actually like give you stress when we're trying to design. So I think you just look for what works for your design. Also about the font that works. I think I'll look for a resource and share with you guys. I have to go and search, but I'll look for it and share with you guys. But typically now, in maybe if you're designing for a blog, you must want to use like a serif font, right? You know those fonts that look curvy. You mostly want to use not what they call this thing that looks like you're writing phonetics in secondary school. That's not what I mean. I mean like if you look at, like, I don't know how to describe it now, but I'll look for it and share with you. So, but in this context, you mostly use things like maybe this sans serif font for all these corporate website and blah blah blah. Maybe things like this. But yeah, there are resources. I'll look for it for you since you said you couldn't find. But always look for fonts that works, right? When you put it on the page stuff, you will know that it's not going to work. As a font that I saw that look like courtesy writing on this kind of page, how does person want to read it? Use fonts that are clear. Let people be able to read your font and read your text. Use very clear fonts. Thank you. But people use Roboto. I'm not just a fan of. I mean, we use Roboto here and it actually worked. It's just not my thing. Same way I don't really like pop-ins. So, Adebayo, please ask your question.
Yeah. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mine is not. It's not really like. I think it's a technical issue. Whenever I try to play my design on Chrome, I always have a problem with it. I don't know why.
Maybe it's your laptop. It could be your laptop. Maybe it's too heavy.
No, I don't know. If I try it on another browser, it will show clearly. But on that Chrome, I'm working on.
It's working on another browser, not working on Chrome.
But it's not work on that particular Chrome.
I actually do not really know about that. Maybe if I do my research, I will get back to you on that. But for that Chrome thing, I'm not so sure. Because sometimes you might not work on other browser, but it's work on Chrome. So I'm shocked. I think you're saying it's not beyond the me, or is it a mistake? You've talked before. Okay, Miss wants to say something. Okay.
Yes, my God, it's a mistake. Thank you.
Okay. Andra, is saying something.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I want to ask a question. Must the logo always be aligned to the other words in the nav bar?
Thank God you asked that question. It all depends on how you use it. Let me open my YouTube for my YouTube music.
Okay.
Depending on how you use it. I gave an illustration the other time that when you what do you call it? When you design, it's all about how you use those things. Where I said there might be cases where you want to do like you want to do like a section that looks like it covers the whole width. It does not mean that because I did see that covers the whole width, then you should not forget alignment, right? Look at what YouTube music did here. Since you come down. Can you see where your logo is? See where every other thing is. Can you see my?
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. That's true. Let me reshare. Sorry, guys. I need to rush. Time has even gone. I think after this one, we just end this. Stop share. Let me reshare. Share screen. YouTube music. Where are you? All right, it's found you. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
See where YouTube music plays their logo. See the remaining things. Now, if you notice, there is consistency. This width here, the space here was maintained here. Can you see that? For the other elements at this side. So it's all about consistency. It's not just about, oh, my logo and my this must be in the same place. No. Can you see that it's still neat? Yes. But if you want to play it safe as a beginner, I would advise that those lessons be aligned. You not go and do something that is skewed. Can you see the alignment? Even their back, can you see this is aligned with this as well? So there is that alignment and consistency across. They are maintaining it. Do you understand now?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I think another person is not the ant. That is all. Thank goodness. All right, so I think that's all for now. I think I'm done. And thank you, Chidera, for sharing fonts. You guys, Chidera has shared some fonts that she thinks you can use on the chat. You can take notes. Yes, they are very safe, especially Montserrat and Gilroy. They will always they are so safe, those two. So yes, thank you so much, Chidera. All right, Ike, over to you. I think we are done.
Okay, thank you very much, Tolu. Okay, so to every other person, to everyone, stay tuned. Tolu actually has she has something special for you guys this night. As let me not break the ice, but she has something special.
It's not that special. All of us, that's special. Yes, so.
Okay,
what's this? Oh God,
thank you very much, dear. So I just hope you guys, so just to encourage you guys, you're doing well. Okay, so just try as much as possible to just follow instructions. So for those who have not gotten comments, of course, you will actually get comments. For those who actually need one or two things to, be sorted out, please just go and do that as soon as possible. And then once you have made changes, please inform one of the mentors that you have made changes, and then we'll try as much as possible to reach out to you and review your work. Okay, so Damilola, your hand is raised.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Sorry, please. I have a question. So I used icons, and I want to know the size of if there's a constant size for icons for both web and Android.
Okay, so the same safe one will be 24 by 24. That is the safe one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. All right, so what we have for you guys is basically this. Do you remember the iBooks research thing that you guys did, where you did the research and you brought out your, what do you call it, your persona? Well, I just hope that some of you have known to go and do akara, to go and give it to akara woman to use and sell. If you don't know where you put it, you will start again from the beginning. Anyways, so you see that stuff that you guys did. We are going to have a continuation. This is going to be you guys' task because you're going to put it on the channel. But anyways, you are going to pick up your research and your persona, and you are going to create your user stories, user journey, and user stories, user flow, and your UI designs. But anyway, this is going to be set in milestones. So we have milestones that you guys must reach. And the first milestone will be your user stories and your user flow. So you guys already have your research and your user persona. So you're not doing that all over again. But if you feel like you not do your research well, because I remember I was mentioning something that some of you, what you were asking was very weird. It's going to show on your work that you did not do it well. So if you feel you not do your research well, you are in the category of people that did not do your research properly, I would advise that you can always do it all over again and bring better results. And yes, so you pick your research, pick your persona, create user stories, and create user flow. Then you also create your UI designs. We're going to send the deadlines, the milestones I'm trying to achieve, the first milestones and second milestones to you guys in your channel this night. But yeah, just to keep you guys prepared of what we are going to drop today. So yeah, that's it. That is what we have for you guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for that sumptuous meal. Okay, so to everyone, thank you for being in the class today. Just have a wonderful night, and look out for your sumptuous meal, and make sure you eat and have a very good drink to take that down. Okay, so Dara, thank you. Tolu, thank you. To every of the mentors on the call, Buma, and some who are unavoidably absent. Thank you guys for how much you've been putting into the training. And to the learners, thank you for also giving your time, and we'll try as much as possible to make this to make it worthwhile. So Chidima, please just ask your question on the Ask a Mentor channel. Okay, thank you very much and have a